What's up, everybody? It's Toozey here, and welcome back to another Top 10 Countdown. Today, we're going to be going through my top 10 MCU Infinity Saga movies. Obviously, it goes without saying, but spoilers ahead. So, let's just crack straight on into it. At number 10, we've got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Now, I don't know if a lot of people have this film in their top 10s, but I do. I mean, I know there's not a huge amount that goes on in this film, but there is two big events which take place, being Ego tells Star-Lord that he was actually the one that killed his mother, and I'm sorry if you can hear that, my dog is snoring in the background, and the death of Yondu, which is one of the MCU's saddest moments to date. Coming in at number 9, we have Avengers Age of Ultron. Now, this is the second outing for the Avengers, and is kind of our second glimpse of death in the MCU, as it's the first movie where an Avenger member dies. Well, I say an Avenger member. He was a temporary Avenger member for about 5 minutes. Obviously, I'm talking about Pietro, Scarlet Witch's brother, Quicksilver. I think it's kind of where the MCU took its first dark turn. I mean, going by the trailer that was released, obviously. Yeah, I remember when that trailer dropped and I was like, oh man, this looks really dark. I like the look of this. Get moving on to number 8. Spider-Man Far From Home. So, Far From Home is the final movie in the MCU saga. In the MCU Infinity Saga, should I say. Which, I'm not entirely sure why. I feel the Infinity Saga should have ended with Endgame. But no, Spider-Man Far From Home was the farewell, shall I say, to the Infinity Saga. Which again, I'm not entirely sure why. Moving on to 7th place now, we have Avengers Assemble, the first outing for the Avengers, when they finally came together after, well, they all had a solo movie anyway. But Avengers Assemble has got all of it, really. The excitement of bringing the Avengers together for the first time, the disassemblement of the Avengers halfway through the film, and then the reassembling of the Avengers near the end of the film to come back and save New York. The first glimpse of what, of if what Iron Man has what it takes, sort of thing, if you know what I mean. He sacrifices himself for the team, but it pays off and he comes back alive. And we have our proper first death in the films, in the franchise. We have the death of Coulson, which was quite a major player, as he appeared in every single one of the Marvel films. To date, so he was in, obviously, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Captain America, the First Avenger at the beginning of it. Is it the beginning? Beginning and end. I can't remember really. He wasn't in Incredible Hulk, was he? No, that was Tony Stark. Yeah. But then they kind of ruined that death by making Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So, yeah. Moving on. Number 6. Captain America, the First Avenger. Now, honestly, I just bloody love this film. I think it's great. And I can watch it over and over again. I don't know why, I just really love it. It's Captain America's first outing. Yeah. That's it. That's all I want to say. Moving on, number 5. Guardians of the Galaxy. Also, bloody great film. Love it. Watched it several times. Can continue watching it over and over. Because it's just a great film. First outing for the Guardians of the Galaxy. Moving on, number 4. Captain America Civil War. Now, this... I mean, it's basically an Avengers movie. But it's not. To be fair, I think the only two Avengers that didn't have in it was Hulk and Thor. So, yeah. And obviously it's the first introduction of Spider-Man into that film. It's the third outing for Captain America. Captain America's solo film anyway. Obviously, he's been in the others. Wasn't his third outing. But yeah, they might as well have just called it Avengers Civil War. Because every single one of the characters was in there. But that was heartbreaking, obviously, the ending. See Steve give up the shield. Moving on to number 3. Avengers Infinity War. Well, honestly, what a cracking film that was. And the twist, well, it's not really a twist, is it? Because, yeah, they lose. What the hell? You think this is the Avengers, everything's built up. They win in every single film they've ever done. And they lose. And they don't just lose people. They lose everything. They lose half the Earth, half the universe, half of everything. They lose. In at number 2, Avengers Endgame. Now, Avengers Endgame. At number 2, well, yeah. You definitely must be wondering what's at number 1. But first, yeah, Avengers Endgame. Following on from Infinity War. Just had to wait a year, man. We had to wait a year to watch the conclusion of Infinity War in Endgame. And it was so worth it. So worth it. Honestly, such an incredible film. I don't know why I put it at number 2, to be honest with you, but it was a tough fight between Endgame and my number 1 choice. But it is what it is, and Endgame is at number 2 for me. No matter how good it is and how sad it is. Fight scenes are incredible, I admit that, and it has got its comical moments, as well as its just damn right upsetting moments where you could hear everyone in the cinema crying at some points. It's the first time, well, it's not the first time we've had death in the MCU. I've proven that with 3 other entries already. But it's we had to live through Black Widow and Iron Man dying in this film, and that was horrific. But yeah. Moving on to number 1. What could possibly beat Avengers Endgame? This might be controversial, people, but my favourite MCU Infinity Saga movie of all time is Thor Ragnarok. Honestly, it's great. They managed to get the perfect amount of action mixed with humour and just being serious. It's the perfect blend of everything you want in a film. Like, it's just incredible. It's just such a perfect Marvel movie. And obviously they tried to replicate it for like Thor 4, but it just did not work. Did not work whatsoever. It's a one-off. They're not going to be able to do that again, I don't think. But yeah. That was it. That was my top 10. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'd love to hear what you lot think. what your top 10 would be, or if you completely disagree with any of mine that I've said, let me know. But yeah, this is just what I liked. So thank you guys so much for watching this, if you did watch, and until next time, goodbye.